Hey there, this is Hitesh and welcome to TradeWinds YouTube channel. Today we have Hitesh Singhi, an active option trader with us. And in this video, we are going to discuss 7 of the most frequently asked questions regarding options trading. Hi Hitesh, how are you?
Hi Pritesh, how are you? Thank you for having me here.
I'm doing good. So in this video, I'll be asking you 7 of the most frequently asked questions and I hope you give answers so that our audience
I
get.
hope to clear most of the doubts.
Okay, so let's get started. The first question is as obvious, what is an option trading?
So, to put it in like simple words, options are financial products which derive their value from an underlying asset. The asset could be an index, could be shares of the company. Let me explain it with the help of a simple scenario. Say there are two friends, Mohan and Sohan. Mohan is interested in buying the piece of land which Sohan owns, and the current price of the piece of land is rupees 10 lakhs. But Mohan doesn't have enough resources to buy the piece of land right now. So he goes to Sohan and tells him that after 6 months, I want to buy this piece of land from you at rupees 10 lakhs. But Sohan says that I'm expecting an appreciation in the value of this land after 6 months. So why should I fix this price for right now? So Sohan says that to fix this price, I'm going to give you certain token money in the form like could be a premium. You can in option language we call it the premium, which I
Okay.
give you right now. So you can fix the price of the land for me for 6 months down the line. Say after 6 months, there are three scenarios which is possible. Either the price of land goes up, or the
Hmm.
price of land remains the same, or the price of land comes down. So say if the price of land goes up, then Mohan has already paid token money to Sohan. So Sohan is obligated to sell the piece of land to Mohan for rupees 10 lakhs. Say if the price of land remains the same. So it doesn't make sense for either parties to exercise the contract agreement. We can just buy at the current price. Say if the price of land comes down, say to rupees 8 lakhs or 8 lakh 50,000. So it is obviously loss making proposition for Mohan to buy the piece of land at rupees 10 lakhs. So he doesn't honor the agreement. He just stands to lose the token money which he paid to Sohan. So similarly in the options also, if you certainly if you take the stocks of say HDFC Bank right now, and you're saying that it's trading at price of rupees 1030, which is the current price of stock at HDFC Bank, and you're saying that after 15 days I want to buy this shares or say 500 shares of this HDFC Bank for rupees 1040. So you go to options market, you buy this right from a seller of the option contract by paying a certain premium. That's how the market of options work.
Okay, so basically you anticipate the price and you get into contract with the slave seller by paying a premium.
Exactly.
Okay, okay. So the next question is, how do I trade in options? So I think the answer for this one will be the user or the participant need to have a demat and trading account to trade into stocks. And what do you use to trade in options?
I normally do all my stock market trading by angel broking. It's very convenient, simple to use. And to trade options, you just have to get separate limits from the broker, which in this case is angel broking, and tell them I want to trade a derivative product because option being a derivative product, you get a limit for that, and you just start trading options from your same demat account which you've been using for trading.
For our viewers, if you want to open a new demat account with Angel Broking, I'll add a link to the direct account opening page in the description. Just check the description, click on the link, and you can open a free trading and demat account with Angel Broking. So our next question is, what is the minimum amount or margin required for trading in options?
I'll explain you in simple scenario, a simple case. In option contract, there are two parties. There's a buyer option and seller option. I'll explain you the perspective of an option buyer. To be an option buyer, you need a very minimum amount because you just have to pay the premium. If I take the example of say HDFC Bank right now. Now, if it's trading at 1030 rupees right now, and if I am saying after 15 days I'm expecting appreciation in the price of HDFC Bank, so I go to options market and I buy an option which has a level price in my mind is 1040. So I buy the 1040 strike price. Just to make it clear, strike price is the price which you enter the option contract at, which is the price which you're anticipating.
Okay.
So you go to options market, buy a 1040 call option because you're expecting the price to go up. By paying right now the premium for that is, let me check once. Premium for that option of 1030 is 1040 is 33 rupees. So if I and the one contract for HDFC Bank is 500 shares. So you'll be paying a premium total 17,500 to be a part of the option game of and expecting the market to go up. But if you were supposedly had to buy 500 shares of HDFC Bank by paying cash in the market, or stock market, you would have to shed out almost 50,000 rupees, maybe a little more than that, to be a part of the upswing in the options market.
Okay, so
Now,
here the premium is 30 something and total lot of 500 stocks. You have to just multiply the premium into the number of stocks.
Number of shares, which is close to about 16,000 at current price right now. But if I were to express the same way in the stock market, I were to shed out 50,000 rupees plus, because that will be 1,030 into 500 shares.
Okay.
And similarly, if I were to explain the perspective of option seller, now option seller, the margin required is like it's much more compared to option buyer. Why? Because the option seller gets premium in advance, so it's exposed to more market risk because the share price can go to any extent.
Yeah. It
Now,
1,500 to 2,000.
exactly. Exactly, it can go up to any amount. Theoretically, there is no limit on the price where the price of the shares can go. Now, if I were to compare it with the futures market, the amount of margin required to trade futures contract and options contract of selling an option is very similar. Now, to trade a future contract, for one lot of HDFC Bank of 500 shares, you need a margin of total about 1,19,844 rupees. But if I were to sell the call option contract, I would need a margin of close to 1,12,588. So the margin required for selling an option and trading a futures contract is very similar. When you're buying an option, the margin, there is no concept of margin, you just have to pay the premium in advance.
Okay, so here for HDFC Bank, you can enter into a contract buyer for around 16 to 17,000 rupees. But for becoming a seller, you have to keep a margin of around 1.2 lakhs.
1.2 lakhs, because you're exposed to more risk being a seller. Okay. And why would you take more risk? Because you are getting premium in advance, like from the buyer. So you are exposed to more risk.
Okay. So the next fourth question is, both options and futures are derivative instruments, but what exactly are difference between options and futures?
Like you just mentioned that both futures and options are derivative products. They derive the value from the underlying asset. Underlying asset, I'll take the example of same share of HDFC Bank. HDFC Bank being the underlying asset, if I were to trade futures contract in it, the futures derive their value directly from the spot price, which is the current price of HDFC Bank. And they trade at a slightly discount or premium depending on the demand and supply in the market. But the amount of movement of future contracts is same as the value of the spot price. Say if the spot price of HDFC Bank moves up by 30 rupees, then the future contract price will also move by 30 rupees. If the share price comes down, say 20 rupees, then the futures contract value will also come down by 20 rupees. But this is where the difference between options and futures come. In options, you can trade the different level of prices which you're looking to enter the contract at. Like right now, if the spot price is say 1,030, so you might be saying, I want to enter a contract for a strike price, which is the price you're expecting at 1,040, 1,060, 1,080, could be 1,020, could be 1,000 rupees also. And there are different levels of premium which are charged for entering a different level of pricing. And when the price of the spot moves, even the premium changes. But the rate of change of premium is different for different level pricing which you're aiming at, which is where the big difference between the futures and options lies. And the second difference comes in the amount of margin required or the money required. To buy an option contract, you just have to pay the premium. But to buy a futures contract, you have to keep the full margin with your broker, which is like 1,20,000 in this case, as I explained.
Okay, so these are the two differences. So the next frequently asked question regarding options trading is, what types of securities are traded in options, or what are the most frequently used securities or indexes while trading in options?
So all the companies which are listed on the stock exchange can be eligible to trade in the futures or derivatives market. Now in India, normally the top companies which are part of the stock exchange, which meet the exchange criteria for trading the derivatives market, are allowed to trade in the options market. Certain companies which either post negative returns or have a problem with the management, or the price is not governed by the mechanics of demand and supply, are not allowed to trade in the futures market. Recently, we saw the case of India Pools Housing or the Yes Bank being not allowed to trade in the derivatives market, because in derivatives market, in the futures market, you don't have the circuit is much higher. In certain cases, you don't have circuits. So to control the price fluctuation in certain places or certain prices, only stable companies or the Nifty 50 companies or the other mid cap and the large cap companies are allowed to trade in the derivatives market. Small cap companies are generally not allowed to be traded in the derivatives market because the contour move is much more. It's more random.
So basically, all the big market capitalization, all the large cap companies trade in options market, but not all stocks trade in options.
Not all stocks trade in the options market or the derivatives market for that sake.
Okay. So the sixth most frequently asked question is, how is options contract settled in India?
So in India, the contracts are normally cash settled. If I'll again take the example of HDFC Bank, if I am the seller of option, I don't necessarily need to have 500 shares of HDFC Bank in my account. I can simply go to derivatives market, which is the option market in this case, sell the contract by keeping the margin with the broker. And at the end of expiry, if I'm incurring losses being a seller, I just have to pay the cash differential. I don't need to own the stocks in my hand. Say if I'm losing a premium of rupees 6 on one lot of HDFC Bank, all I need to do is pay 500 into 6, which is 3,000 rupees to the buyer of option. I don't necessarily need to own that many shares in my demat account.
Okay, so when you are entering a contract of 500 stocks, it doesn't need to be in your demat account.
Exactly. It's just an option contract you're entering. So you
Okay.
don't need to have physical shares with you.
Okay, and seventh and final question is, what is the trading hours for options? When can you trade options?
So options are traded as like the trading hours for options is same as the trading hours for stock market, which is 9:15 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. for 5 days a week. So even the options trade at the same in the same time from 9:15 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. for 5 days a week. There is no separate timing for trading options.
Okay, so people can trade from Monday to Friday between 9:15 to 3:30 as regular trading hours.
Exactly. The only difference is that there is nothing called pre-opening in the options market. It's
Okay.
only when the market is open, the options derive the value from the underlying asset.
Okay, so these were the 7 most frequently asked questions by our viewers, and I hope that this video is useful to you. If you have any other doubt,
Uh,
any more questions that you want us to answer or Hitesh to answer, just write your question in the comment box and we will try them to cover in our next video. So thank you so much, Hitesh, and thank you for being here.
Thank you, Pritesh, for calling me, and thank you. It's wonderful to chat with you.
Okay, see you in the next video.